Stop. Ask yourself the most fundamental question. What is the true nature of your word? In this age of informational noise, we have devalued the word, reducing it to a mere carrier of data. But the great initiates, the most powerful people in history, from the sages of the Vedas to the alchemists of the Renaissance, knew something else. They knew that a word, uttered with a specific rhythm and frequency, becomes action. They knew that all the rich, successful, and powerful people repeated the same words, not in prayer, but in a secret psychological rite that makes their spirit invincible. We were taught that mantras are outdated mysticism, and spells are simply tales for the unwise. I am here to refute that lie. Today, we will look behind the veil of meaningless murmurings and see that the rite of the luck spell is not an appeal to an external force. It is the most advanced, hidden technology for rebooting your success, based on how your own voice reprograms your reality. This is a conversation about the metaphysics of action. If you have ever felt that you lack the energy to start, or the faith to finish what you began, this monologue will be a fundamental revelation. You will receive your personal, instantaneous key to limitless energy, but to accept it, you must prepare your consciousness. True knowledge demands resolution. If you are ready to step beyond mere logic and see how the internal mechanics of the word change the external world, hit the subscribe button right now. This is your first conscious act, your first step in the rite of intention. Think about the genius of those who left us these archaic practices. They knew us better than we know ourselves. Our brain is not just a computer. It is a two-faced guardian. The critical, logical mind is a wonderful watchman. It protects us from absurdity and illusion. But it is also a terrible master, paralyzing every initiative with constant doubt. It constantly whispers, "You won't succeed. It's too difficult. You're not good enough. This is illogical." The spell is a brilliant bypass maneuver to put this guardian to sleep. Our subconscious, which is the true command center of our lives, does not perceive abstract logical arguments. It operates on rhythm, vibration, and emotional repetition. When you repeat a phrase, even a meaningless one, your inner critic, deprived of a logical anchor, is forced to switch off. It cannot analyze something that has no direct, rational meaning. And in that moment, in that brief instant of silence, your voice, your word, passes straight to the center of your power. Your body feels the vibration that bypasses all the fears and doubts embedded in your memory. This is pure, unclouded energy of intention, which does not know the word impossible. The philosophical aspect. Let us recall Nietzsche. He spoke of the will to power. But how do you activate this will? Not through logical persuasion, but through the ritualistic, rhythmic affirmation of your highest value, your right to victory. A spell is not a plea, it is a declaration of will. Let us move from philosophy to the science of the brain. How exactly does repetition affect neural connections? When you are in a normal working state, your brain generates beta waves, frequencies associated with active thinking, criticism, and anxiety. It is in this state that our inner critic is strongest. Mantras and rhythmic repetition, characteristic of all rites, force your brain to slow its frequency. They transition it into the alpha state, a state of deep relaxation meditation, but most importantly, a state of superreceptivity. In the alpha state, your critical guardian sleeps, and your subconscious becomes an open field for programming. Any word, any emotion that you repeat is perceived not as external information, but as the absolute, undeniable truth about yourself. This is neurolinguistic programming in its purest ancient form. You, through the rhythm of the word, create new, powerful neural pathways that automatically lead you to your goal. Your old pathways of doubt and failure overgrow, while the pathways of confidence and success become wide superhighways. That is why the meaninglessness of spells like OM or abracadabra is their greatest strength. They prevent the mind from clinging to logic. They immediately immerse you in a creative, programmable state. You are not just speaking words. You are creating a resonance that rebuilds the very electrochemistry of your brain. Now, about how to secure this power. We are talking about creating an energy anchor. Ancient rites did not require blind faith. They required ritualistic, conscious action. Why did people knock on wood, make a gesture with their hand, or repeat a word? Because at the moment you are at the peak of your faith, confidence, or goal, your subconscious links that highest emotional state to a specific word, gesture, or object. Imagine your strength, your invincibility becomes a hot spot on the map of your mind, and your spell is the shortcut, the launch button. You consciously create a mental bridge between the word and the energy of success. The next time a moment of doubt arises, when energy seems to have left you, you don't have to search long for faith. You don't have to force yourself. You simply utter that word, make that gesture, and the anchor fires. The energy of victory, confidence, the feeling of "I can" instantly return to your body. Your body remembers the energy of success, even if your mind was ready to surrender. You just say the word, and the door to your inner power swings open. But here lies a crucial nuance that is often missed in practice. You cannot plant the seeds of success in cluttered soil. Before creating an anchor, you must perform the rite of cleansing. Our memory is overflowing with anti-spells. I am a failure. I am not smart enough. Everything is difficult. This is viral code that blocks any attempts at positive programming. How do you clear the field? Through conscious observation and the ritual invalidation of negative words. Every time your inner critic utters a negative affirmation, you must consciously and rhythmically repeat, "That is not my truth. That is an old program." You are not fighting the fear. You are depriving it of energy. You are not trying to replace it. You are dehydrating it until it becomes an empty sound. Only when your internal soil is clear of the old weeds of doubt can you proceed with the planting. The practical step: choose an abolition word, e.g., void or lie, and repeat it 10 times every time you catch yourself in self-criticism. This rite destroys the old neural traffic. This is the deepest philosophical meaning of all religious purifications and fasts, to eliminate the noise so you can hear the true, pure voice of your will. Stop being a hostage to the doubts of others and outdated installations. It is time to reclaim your energy and your destiny. You are the architect of your spirit. Do this now. Create your personal, unique spell that will work only for you. 1. The spark word intention. Find a word or a short phrase that sounds invincible to you. It must be emotionally charged, but not cliché, not simply money or love. For example, indestructible, master, or a unique word that burns within you. It must be yours alone. 2. The emotional charge, anchoring. Utter it aloud at the moment you feel absolutely strong and happy. After a victory, after meditation, after successfully completing a difficult task. Charge this word with the most powerful, pure energy of your peak state. 3. Repetition. Your shield, discipline. Repeat it ritually. 10 times in the morning to start the day with victory. 10 times in the face of a challenge to neutralize fear. And 10 times in the evening to cement the success of the day. 4. Association with action. The anchor. Tie this word to a simple but unique physical action. Clenching your fist, touching your wrist, snapping your fingers. This will strengthen the anchor and make it an instant activator. Remember, you are not waiting for a miracle. You are creating it. You are programming your spirit for a constant, inexhaustible source of energy. Your word is not just sound. It is your weapon. Your repetition is your shield. Your faith is your victory. You are creating neural armor against doubt. You are becoming indestructible because your internal speech is the speech of the creator, not the critic. From this day forward, you look at rites not as superstitions, but as the science of achieving goals and self-programming. Your power has always been within. You simply needed the right key, and that key is the power of your own word. The final affirmation. To become the master of your word is to become the master of your destiny. If you are ready to accept this truth and start acting now, then seal your intention. If you are ready to become the master of your word and your destiny, subscribe to the channel and write in the comments your new spark word or simply, "My anchor is activated." May your spirit be strong and your energy limitless. Thank you for your attention.